Our second reader for the evening is Ashley Inguanta. Ashley Inguanta is a writer, photographer who is driven by landscape and place. Ashley is the art director of Smoke Long Quarterly, and her first collection, The Way Home, is out with Dancing Girl Press and has been republished for Kindle with The Writing Disorder. She has translated the collection into a live performance too with dancing and music. This year, her poem San Andreas Fault, which appears in the Ampersand Review, was nominated for the Pushcart Prize. Her new collection of poetry and photographs for The Woman Alone just came out with Ampersand Books. Please welcome Ashley Inguanta.
When I grow complete, she would throw me into the ocean. We decided this, both of us, as we sat together in a room where angels stretched and bloomed. And now, when all has shifted, I grow. I stand on the edge of the highway where the women of my youth drive past, and she is there, and yes, she is beautiful in this moment, and I kiss her as she goes, as soft as a cardinal, a dash of color in this strong, worn-out place. For the woman alone. You stand in the kitchen bare, your body turned away, your hands busy, maybe cutting cabbage, a pear. I can see your legs, the space between, but the whole of you is here. I am alone on most nights, and so are you. On some nights, I touch myself, and on those nights, your body too opens. To understand you would be one thing. To stand next to you would be another. I am a lonely woman who longs for woman, and so are you, and the way you stand near the counter brings me peace. The world has ended, and this is the aftermath. Your bare body, my longing to touch. You hold my hand, walk me out of where I am. And then I am far from you again, but you still hold and hold. My mouth is a wish, and the space between your legs is a folded ocean, a book loosely opened. Our arms are miles stretched. When I eat from my garden, you slice the harvest, close your eyes, dream. It begins with a woman in a pink dress. Chinatown, Thursday night. Tomorrow is my grandmother's funeral. The pink on her dress is the pink on my grandmother's lips, made up, drawn on, art-like. This is not the first time I have prayed on my knees. It begins again, months ago with my lover. Her breasts are my safety, a soft place for my cheek. She says to me that my breasts are fuller than the rest of me. It begins 3 times strong on the road with my lover. I say, I want you to meet my grandmother. She says, our ship is in bottle, tossed. I hand her a seashell, pink, and say, in here, is this where we belong? A prayer on knees, the distance between lover and clay spun. I dream of digging across the world often. I dig, and I come out the other end in a house full of paper gowns, women coloring them pink, blushing their cheeks pink, getting ready to open the door, to jump, to turn around, to say, are you ready, to the others? Are you ready? Isn't this the point where someone says, stop, don't? Isn't it time for this? Her breast is the sun in my mouth. My mouth open wide as the women jump, pink and ready, one by one by one. This poem is dedicated to everyone who has driven through a neighborhood full of houses and have just felt very out of place. It's called Wintering. A name is what you are, and a name is a wall between. One day, let me be earth, so you may say you love me. For now I am separate. We meet in dreams, where I dance past you into a room and breathe away from one breath away from something greater to guide us. I say, take my hand. I say, look up. If the empty sky is just as great as our loss, then my whole life may be a wondering of why I am not earth and you are in your home with the lights on. I am ready, I say. You sit by the window, yellow curtains touching your body. Your face half light, half shadow, your mouth warm and soft. The most beautiful way a woman can sit is back, arched on windowsill like a bridge. Or maybe the most beautiful way is legs open on chair as I rest my cheek on your thigh, take you in my mouth. And when I say I am ready, the world calms. The scene we have written, the construction outside, no longer empty, no longer empty. Spray painted on concrete, the way you kissed me when I cried, the way you painted for me a nest, and the way you held my hand and took me to bed, and we rested together, bare, simply who we were, who we are, in a room of our imaginations, a thick quilt, your head on my belly as you sleep, my hands in your hair, holding you, sacred as you are. Body out. There is a freshly made bed next to mine that I don't touch. There is a hum in the room, a hymn in the sky. That evening, 2 animal gods stood mountaintop, and I sat below in the sunset, my body rooted, theirs extended, all precision and color, hoof on mountaintop, bone and rock, fur and mane, curve and wish the desert is nothing, but curve and wish the shh of air, the hush of morning, of waking, of speaking to a silent room, to an unbearable angel, to a movement not unlike birth, legs open, body out. Seven ways of unfolding. 1. The first time I saw you, I was certain you were light itself. No filters, just light. Your voice, a soft burning sun. Your skin, stars. I opened and you were gentle, your voice, and I knew I had found a sliver of God, that I was safe, that you were too. 2. The last time I thought I saw you was in a grocery store, but it was not you. You were taller, your shoulders broader, your step longer, movement slower. The last time I thought I saw you, I started to walk away. And then I walked towards, and I walked fast, and my heart, it beat wildly. You know my wild heart well, and the last time I thought I saw you, the woman I saw as you, she didn't turn around to notice. That's when I should have known. But she was soft, safe. That was the same. It was as if we were in a dream, you, yourself, but someone else, the details off, the words almost out. 3. The last time I saw you, everything was light. The room, you, the way you understood my window and my shadow and my light. You sat near yours, looking out, breathing in. You spread your arms wide and said, "Get out there," and you wanted to push me, but didn't. And then we were in the ocean you drew, years ago on lined paper, you a scribble on the page, as was I. And you said, as you handed me the ocean, "Swim," and I did, in a sea near Mexico, and I called you from the road and you answered, and we talked about how beautiful life is when it is pared down. And in the ocean near Mexico, the sun shone, the mountains made everything more private, silent, and the morning was a prayer. I held Mary in my palms without knowing she would come, really come, to help when I would fly to the other side of the country to begin again. Four. The last time I will see you, I imagine it will go like this. A hug, the ocean inside each of us, me driving away, alone or not alone, my body becoming something else, the earth entirely, maybe the universe, the whole thing spinning and filling my body. You here in my belly, the whale, God in the thread joining and separating your body. God, I will never see you again. God, this is what I imagine, the last time, the last time. 5. In the moment I curl, a shell, and the scribbles of us are out there, in the ocean ready, and I curl, I understand my own body, and understand yours too, the way you would breathe abdomen in and out, and the way I would follow years ago with you, and you holding me, terrified, beginning, scared, honest. 6, you push me out. I swim towards another, and sometimes I look back for you, and you are there. The last time I saw you, you swam like an angel, your body lifted with salt wings, effortlessly warm, a light in the ocean, strong, steady, there, waving, seeing me, knowing who I am. 7. And now all I ask of you is this: remember me. Remember how I opened, how gentle you were, how I tried, how you tried, how we both grew, how I gathered and lost and gathered again, and how you did too. Remember me with you, without you. Remember me swimming on paper, blooming. Remember the way you held me as I opened, how softly you placed me in the ocean, how I love you as I go. November. What would they call us? Warriors? We never had the chance to see the sun. I've been learning so much here, how to walk fast, how to understand the way Chinatown moves into the village, how to take the train back to Brooklyn. I have learned how to sit by the Hudson and remember you, all that darkness, a flower petal closed. We opened to window light and no one saw us. If they could have, what would they have said? Would they have been amazed at the way I opened first, the way you moved all that power, at the way you said shh, at the way I said yes? The reason we cannot be a book is because our story on paper is rope threaded to heaven, leading you home safely and guiding me thousands of miles north to begin again.
Also for Kristen Cavanis, who was performing dance along with Ashley.